right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is June 30th, and this is your aftermarket update. So we had a decent day here at the Oil Trading Group, but it has been a pretty difficult, choppy last 2 days here. There's a couple of reasons for that. We'll talk about those here, but just suffice it to say, the trading has not been easy. Now, today we were able to make it out with a decent OTG trade of the day. After we were down early in the session, we were able to then get back into the green after this OTG trade of the day, and I'll show you that here in just a few moments. What I did today with this OTG trade of the day that I don't normally do is I shortened the video. We get into the video, and at the very beginning, I show you that at 10:31 a.m., we get into the trade, and then I let that run for maybe 10 or 11 minutes, and then I show you that it's just about an hour later that we get into the final. It took about that long for the final move to occur. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the anatomy of that trade, and then I'm going to show you how the trade plan at the end of the day really would have paid you very well also. But first thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the market to be causing some of this sideways activity. So what I want you to do here is I want you to take a look at the chart, and you can very quickly see sideways action here prior to the open, and you really have sideways action here. So basically you have a lift into sideways action here, and then another lift into this area here, and then of course you go back into some sideways activity. So again, the market was very just, it fits and starts, if you will, and a lot of that has to do with really, there are two ideas going on in the market, and you could add the third one that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But the major cloud that's hanging over the market this week is the Greek debt deal. So obviously, as you know, if you've been watching the financial news, that Greece is at a point in time here where they are looking to again default on their debt. And there is questions on whether or not they will stay as part in the Eurozone. In addition to that, you do have Iranian nuclear talks going on. And if those come to some successful conclusion, there are about 30 million barrels of oil offshore on tankers waiting to be dumped onto the market. So again, with all of that oil that Iran has in storage waiting to be dumped onto the market, it is along with the Greek deal, it is causing some very uncertain times here in the crude market. In addition to that, the market always holds in a sideways type pattern waiting for the non-farm payroll report. That occurs at the end of this week as well. In addition to that, Friday is a banking holiday, and so all of the traders that would be, normally trading during the summertime, and we've got vacations coming up here on trading desks, and so there's been a lot of uncertainty. The bottom line is, trading has not been easy this week, and we have had to battle for everything that we have been able to get in the way of trades this week. So let's talk a little bit about one of the things we always talk about is that we break the market up here into zones. And so if you look here, are steps, and we talk about this every morning. You have your first step. We came into the next step. We failed to get down again to the step. We came back up. Eventually we came into this red break step, and then finally this step up above. And then I want you to look at this long long blue candle right here. This was the API report that came out today. Obviously, it was bearish news on the API inventory report. And we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow as we head into the EIA inventory report. So let's talk about where we got into, and the OTG trade of the day was 144 ticks. Talk about the timing of that. And then I'll show you how the trade plan would have helped you right at the end of the day as well. So here are the pivot times on the OTG trade plan. And it's right around, it's the one here at 9:56 that I'm going to draw your attention to. So we had a long, if you look at line item number 22, at 9:56 a.m., we were looking for the market to make a move with the probability to the long side. So let's take a look at where 9:56 a.m. is here this morning. All right, so let's push this back. 9:56 is right here, okay? So as we look at this, you're going to say, well, that doesn't look like much here, okay? 9:56 a.m. right here. And this is where we were looking for the probability of a move, and that probability was to the long side, okay? And so while that does not look like much there, let's expand this up a little bit. At 9:56, I was looking for this to last until 9:47 this morning, okay? So what I was looking for was the market to get long on that time frame here at 9:56 and then carry it up with the exception of this one time frame dot until 9:47. At 9:47, then I was looking for the market to pull back here, and then we were looking for the market to lift again out of that area, okay? So let's go back to the time frames here on your chart. 9:56, that's this dot here, to a small short at 10:07, and the bigger picture idea here on your higher time frame was, bigger picture idea here was I was continuing to watch this 9:56 a.m. long. The reason for that is we talked about the zones here, right? So 9:56 is right in this area right here. 9:56, it's right in this area where we are looking at this zone. And the way that we look at the market is we go from step to step to step. And we had come down into this step here, and we couldn't get through. And you'll notice here, we've got all of these long wicks right here off of our fair value level. So the trade that I get into in the room is at, it's at 10:31 a.m., and it's right here. So you see this triple bottom that we had here? This is the reason I got in today. We ended up having a triple bottom 1, 2, 3 times here on the 1 minute chart. And again, I was keeping my eye on the fact that the market said long and we were off of this minor and we could not get out of this minor step or this minor zone here, right? And so what I do is once we get up over 77, 78, I look to get long right off of it, right in this area here. 1031 is right here. And so I look to get long. And the first thing you're going to hear me say is I'm long at 79. And then I'm looking to ride it up all the way up to, we're going to take off some of these. Okay. We're looking to ride it up into this break point up here above us, right? Right up here to 17 as the target. So in fact, I take 4 lots at 80, ended up getting filled at 80, and I'm looking to ride it up to this 17 level and then maybe a little higher up to this previous session high. Now as the trade begins to unfold, and you'll hear me at the very end of the trade talk about the fact that I'm going to let it try to run a little bit higher, etc. But eventually what happens is it does come up here to this 17. You also heard me say that I was going to think about getting short up there. But because of all of this choppiness from 1031, which is right here, until we hit our final target up here at 1142, that's an hour and 11 minutes. I just frankly got tired of watching the market rotate back and forth in a very narrow range before it took off to its target. And I didn't want to get stuck in another range-bound move by getting short. Also, that put me up nicely on the day, and again, I didn't want to get into a position where I was giving it back. But again, comes into this 17 level, would have given you 8 ticks of heat. We have a room member, Dave S., who always shorts at these levels. He took the short up here, and I'm sure he did quite well as it came down here to 92. Rotated around, and then what I want to draw your attention to is the 106 time frame. 1:08 p.m. here you had a time frame long, that's line item number 32, and then line item number 8 at 1:06 p.m. Was also a long. So if you rotate this chart out here and you get to the 106 and the 108, you have at 1:06 p.m. 4, 5, 6. That was the time frame for a move long. And then again, you had another time frame for a move long according to your trade plan right here at the 08 level right there. And if you push this up, this would have gotten you in. It is with the trend. This would have gotten you in at 59.29 and ran all the way up into the next step on the list at 59.69 right off your OTG trade plan. And these were times frames that we were looking for. And so again, as you see, the market rotated, and then boom, right on your OTG time frame for your trade plan. So again, as we talk about in here all of the time, the markets move from step to step to step. If it fails to gain traction above a step or below a step, it will come back usually and visit the next step underneath it or above it. In this case, it was underneath, back down here at the break point, and you can see that that's where the market stalled. So we did not take that trade in the room, but I did want to point it out to you because it was a very nice trade off of the trade plan. And again, this trade plan comes out at around 5 p.m. Central Time every day. So this was 20 hours that you had an opportunity to get ready and watch for that particular time frame today. So what I'm going to let you do, though, now is watch an abbreviated version of the OTG trade of the day. It is 144 ticks. It allowed us to get into the green today and a nice trading day. Ended up being a nice trading day at what started out as a choppy up and down kind of day. We were able to get into the green after this OTG trade of the day. So without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. 79. Okay, I am in here at 80. I'm going to look for this thing to make its way up to 17 here into the close, and then I would look to potentially get short. Okay, here is just another. Okay, this is another idea here. Okay, this is the next idea. We couldn't get through this level. At some point, we're going to reach out, I believe, to that level up there at 17. Okay? My stop here is 64, and this will be it for me today. I'm going to look to try and ride this up to that 17 up there. And we'll try to get break even at 90. And then I'm going to try to ride this up to the 17. We are above this step. Again, the way these steps work, the way that we have this market stepped out, right? We could not get through fair value. That double bottom at fair value is held for now. And we've not even closed anything remotely close to underneath that, right? And so my expectation is that we do come up to this break point up here at 17, at which point that might be the opportunity to get short or just take it for the day and be done. We'll see, right? There's 83, 84. Got to get through 84 now. You got a double top at 87. You don't have much in the way. And I've got, okay, there's 84, 85. Even though this is technically not a long on your trade plan, and it just barely missed qualifying, I expect it to push up until 1047 here. That's my expectation level for our time frame. Now, it didn't qualify to make it onto the trade plan, but it is pretty strong looking move up here. And it's really a continuation from the 956 long that is on your trade plan. You've got an iceberg at 83 trying to hold here. And it did not. And I'm just going by the fact that we've got to continue what I think is a continuation from the 956 long to 1047. And we cannot get above the zone here. Okay? So we could not get above this zone at 7, or stay below the zone at 77. And that is a behavior pattern that we watch for of these zones, if you will. Now you got a double top up there at 84. That we've got to get through, and then a top at 87. And the fact you could not close a bar underneath 75 is telling. Now what you'd like to do is close a bar in 30 seconds here, 82 or higher. 82 or higher. And then pop that 84 again. Come on, get through 85, get to 85, touch 85. You had 10 at 85. There's a triple top at 85 now, so you did close above. There's 86, 87, 88, 89, 90 will auto break even here. Jeez. I'm going to make it auto break even on me. That's 9 ticks. I'm going to make it go auto break even here. So I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. Got to pop through 88, 89, and then hit the 90 area. Okay, there's not a lot of orders up there at 89. We should be able to touch through it if the buyers are willing to take over here. Come on, pop up through 88, 89 here. Do I have a 70.5 here? At 91 is a 70.5. Is a retracement level. $16 ticks on the stop. Good. Awesome. Very good, John. It's good to have you in here, buddy. Dave talks about you all the time. Yeah, we'll see you. Big Wave Dave. There's 85, 84. I'd like to see a bar close here above the structure mid now. Revision signal up there at 05. All right, so we pushed up to 89. See if we can tackle that level again. You got a double top at 89 now. Structure target up there at 15, 16. I'm expecting us to make it there. 85, 86. Let's see if we got one more test of 89. I'm going to go ahead and go to break even here. Stops at break even now. Having a heck of a time getting through some of these levels. I at least want to get up and touch 90. That at least make me feel like 86, 87. $80 is the stop. You've had 121 just hit the offer up there at 87. That's a lot of sell or buyer absorption up there at 87. I think we're going to get through it. I don't think the buyers are going to, either they're either being trapped up there and they're getting stuck, or that's the launching point for the move up here. The 187. Okay, there's 0, 0, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go. All right, come on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Challenge the high. 95 is the trail stop. Break even plus 15. Looking for 17 here as the target, as a target on 3 lots. Come on, get through 5, 6. 7. Go pop the high. Get to 17 here. I do have an OTG beta support and resistance level at 08. 05 is the revision signal right here. This is your market maker level. This may keep the lid on it at 05. Stop here is 95. Break even plus 15 to 95. If we could close above the revision signal, that would give you an opportunity for revision target up there at 27. There's 6, 7. Get through it. 63 limit order short at 09. You've got another 75 limit order short at 10 and 150 protecting the high. 147 at 11. There's 7. Come on, get up through 8, 9, 10. There's 7, 8. Come on, get through 7, 8. Boy, you've got some icebergs backing in. You've got 11, 160 at 11, and 122 at 17. Come on. High of the day's at 11. We hit 11. You have 115 at 11. Now, limit order short. 17 and then 27 are the final two targets. 146 at 11. There's 8, 9. Push through it here. Hopefully patience will pay off here. 136. There's 8, 9, 10. 151. Limit order short at 11. Bring the stop to 0-0 here. 20 ticks. 8, 9. Come on, 10, 11. You've got some wood to chop up here, but it could be quick and fast up to 17. 8, 9, 10. There's 11. Hit 11. Get through it. You've got 163. Limit order short at 11. There's 10, 11. Get through it. There's your 11. 156 short at 11. Okay, there's 14. Bring the trail stop up to 03. There's 13, 14. 30 ticks right there at 10. 139 up there at 17. Okay, come on. 10, 11. One more time through. I'd like to see us close above 11 here in 30 seconds. 12 or higher, get a move above that, gain some acceptance above that previous high. 12 or higher on a close would be good. There's 11, 12 again. Get your way through to 17. Push through it. 151 at 17, 109 at 20. Come on, go up and touch 17, please. Okay, new bar out. We closed above the previous high. 16 is the structure target. There's 12, 13. 05 is the stop. Break even plus 25 to 05 now on the stop. Get through 13, 14. Come on, push your way through here. 142 limit order short at 17. There's 13, 14. There it is. There's your first target. Next target's 27. Going to bring this now to 12 to 10 here. Break even plus 30 on the final contract. 27 is your final target, previous session high. Going to bring this to 15 on the stop. Break even plus 35 on the stop. 15. Break even plus 35 to 15 on the stop. There's 22, 23, 27 is the next target. This is why we waited. Break even plus 35 on the next stop. The final stop here. Stay above that 17 would be nice. At 11:40, this is your time frame for a move long. Bring that stop out of the way. Bring that target out of the way. We're going to try to catch, this thing may catch fire here in a second. And I'll just start protecting in behind it. This thing may catch fire here in a minute. We've got an expected time frame for a move at this 40 level. It's 40. And if it takes me out at 35, it's only 2 ticks off of where the other targets were, so I don't care. I'm going to try to let this one run. This one's tight. We're tightening the belt on this one, though. That was your time frame for a move right there. Projection for a move. And it was to the long side. I'm going to bring it down 1 tick to 14. So basically, I'm risking $30 for a bigger move off of where I took it off at. There's 15, 14, and I am out. All right. So as you see, we spent a long time in that trade. I didn't want to subject you to the entire version of that trade, but you did get to see the abridged version. So again, came up to our target. Actually, as I showed you earlier, the market did come down out of that zone from 17. It actually got to 25 at the high, from 25 down to 92. 33 ticks on the move down, and eventually went back up through that zone, and as you can see on the screen here, up to the next level above that zone. So anyway, it was worth the wait. Not every day is, but this day it was, as we picked up 144 ticks on the OTG trade of the day. And so, again, as always, I want to say thank you for spending time watching the videos here at the Oil Trading Group. We certainly appreciate your attention to what we do here. And as always, I want to say thank you. And until tomorrow, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.